Okay, goes back. Are we all good to go?
Sounds like it.
I think we're all good to go.
Yeah, I think so.
Soup.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Back to it. Let's see. Guys, you had just finished making your way into the house when you had fallen onto the ground and knocked Erlebald from his perch, sending him clattering down below. After that, a couple of shots fly out in your direction, and somebody from within the fog cloud here begins to just shoot wildly towards your group.
I want to hold my action for Primal Savagery. You said I still had an action.
Hold action for primal savagery. So what does that do?
Cantrip. It's literally just a melee cantrip. As soon as someone's within 5 feet of me, I attack them.
Okay. I would say that probably won't trigger unless somebody, comes right up to you and bumps into you in the fog. But
that works. That's
you
fine.
can still prep it. So let's see here. Did you get up from prone, by the way?
I could.
It's up to you. What do you think that you would do, guys, after falling prone into the room, casting your spells?
I actually stay prone in the fog cloud. Just lash out at people's ankles with claws.
Let's see. Okay. Those are both pretty bad rolls. Oh no, it would be in the fog, so that would be disadvantage. And the second one... Yeah. You guys can hear the sound of bolts being fired and crossbows being used towards the back end of the room. And none of them seem to hit, thankfully. Colcoat, Mackinac, guys, you guys are all fine. They fly through the air, and you hear one of them clatter against the stone, another one bounces and kind of then sticks into the wood next to you there, but nobody gets hit. And after that, everybody please roll initiative. The baddies did a little bit better this time. That shit, hit. Alright, Colcoat, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I reach into my bag and I pull out a bag of ball bearings. And
Okay! It's all good, guys.
gonna shuffle my way up here.
Jesus Christ. What?!
We good?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Yeah,
So,
good.
So I guess the point is here.
People are screaming in the fog and everything. That's
Can-
what you heard.
Do I have like a kind of idea how far away, how deep this room might get as I walk in this direction?
It sounds like it's probably got another, 10 to 20 feet, but you really can't tell. And as you go forward, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
20.
Okay. Making your way through the fog, you almost trip on Gaius, who apparently is laying down here, or maybe it's the corpse of one of these guys that got pummeled a moment ago. But you hear and feel Gaius move around. You step on him, and then kind of step over him and barely avoid kind of tumbling yourself.
Wait, that's my body.
Oh, good, you're not dead. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
What is happening over there?
Hey, just mace up.
So I'll take another step forward, and
You
I'm
bump
gonna take
into
that-
somebody when you go to step forward there, and can't quite make it into this space as you end up colliding with somebody who is fumbling around with a crossbow, it sounds.
I shoot him in the leg. Can I see him at all?
No, it's point blank.
Okay, so what I'll do if I throw my ball bearings, is that my action?
I think using the ball bearings is an action, yeah.
Okay, well that's fine. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take my ball bearings and just throw 1,000 of them all over the place here.
into the room. Okay.
Yeah.
The sound of small marbles like clattering all over the stone floor and the wooden paneling and whatnot can be heard, just kind of echoing out throughout the area.
You're no match, you filthy thieves. Lay down your weapons and surrender, or it's your lives you will sacrifice.
Wait, that's really intense.
And that I don't really have much else. I'm just gonna stand ready there.
Sure, make a persuasion roll for me.
I saw how great the last one. 14.
Okay. This doesn't seem to cause any sort of real pause from them, and you can hear them still moving around. It doesn't seem they paid any attention to your offer of mercy.
I'm just gonna like stand up against the wall. Hopefully that's the least likely they're gonna shoot at, and then that'll be my turn.
Okay. Next up, Gaius, what do you want to do? You're laying down on the ground, which has caused you to evade a bunch of crossbow shots, and Colcoat has kind of pushed his way past Mackinac and stepped on your back for a brief moment. He's now yelling at thieves and throwing marbles at them, it sounds.
Right. I'm at a loss. I'm just gonna wait for the fog to die down. I guess. Like I'll stand up into a crouch and I'll take the dodge action. I guess.
Okay. Next up, these guys go to attack, and Colcoat does a... Oh, goodness. Nope. A 7 probably misses. How about...
It's close, but yep, that missed.
Okay. You see for a brief moment what looks like the tip of a sword that comes piercing its way through the fog and kind of swipes past your nose there, but misses. And after that, you hear what sounds like a crossbow shot that kind of flies past you and clinks against the wall. It's your turn. Let's see here. Yeah, it's Erlebald's turn, outside. You're laying down on the ground, Erlebald, with a kink in your back. What do you want to do?
What type of action is it to stand up?
It takes half your movement.
Oh, yeah, whatever. I stand up then.
Okay.
And then... Can I... shoot past Gaius and Mackinac at all? Would they count as, like, 3/4 cover or just full completely?
So you're staring at a doorway, which is just filled with fog. So you have no idea what's on the other side. Just a bunch of people running around and stuff in there. If you want to throw a dart into that doorway, you definitely can.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. I think I'm gonna prepared action until I see a proper enemy.
Okay. Let's see. Next up is Mackinac. What do you want to do?
Did I hear the Gaius Rollerball scuffle from last round? Is there still an enemy next to me?
There's a dead guy next to you.
There's a dead guy. Alright, I'm going to step back out the doorway and look down.
You see Erlebald laying there on the... Oh no, he's stood up. He's like dusting himself off and is holding a dart at the ready. When you step out, you see that he has that moment of recognition where he's like, oh, okay, it's not a bad guy.
Are you alright, Erlebald? It sounded like a hard fall that you just took.
Yes, I'm fine. Just get back in there.
Does he look fine?
He's a little scuffed up.
For table talk wise, did you lose HP?
I lost 4 HP, but I gained back 7 temporary hit points, so I'm fine.
He's got like a bit of a hobble.
I am going to cast Healing Word on him.
And what is that healing word?
That's 4 HP back.
Okay. You've been healed for 4 HP. The kink in your spine there kind of rights itself, and you feel much better.
Please try not to move too much. You may have seriously injured yourself. We'll be done in a few moments. And I'll head back inside and attempt to find another enemy to hit.
Okay.
I guess walking past, carefully walking past Gaius, who I now know is there.
Okay. Yeah, you pat him. He's kneeling there. You kind of feel around. There he is. And you go further up, and you bump into Colcoat on the way. Colcoat, you feel what must be somebody approaching from behind you. And then you eventually squeeze past, and I want you to make for me a dexterity saving throw, please, Mackinac.
Uh-oh. That's a 10.
You step on a broken piece of furniture, but manage to avoid slipping and falling over as you, like, bumble your way through the room that you can't see in.
Okay. At this point, I can, kind of hear or see, the shadows. This person here.
You can tell there's somebody in front of you swinging a weapon around, yeah.
Alright. It's not one of my friends. I'm going to swing at him. Is it 16?
You hit. You have disadvantage, sorry, when you're attacking.
Oh, right. And...
Hey! What do you know?
Disadvantage. What is that?
Don't believe in disadvantage.
I don't subscribe to these false facts.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 8 damage.
Holy shit. Get 2 plus 6?
Titan Furnace and 18 strength.
Oh my god, right, 18 strength. You smash this man, and he staggers back. You can tell that you just got a hit with the mace, but it doesn't sound like a death blow. He doesn't, like, fall to the ground. You don't hear his corpse hit with, like, a dull thud on the floor or anything.
Please surrender. I do not wish to harm you.
You hear him, like, obviously winded, just... You don't know if he can respond or not.
That's my turn.
Okay. Everybody, please roll initiative. God damn it. These guys are rolling like shit. It would appear that you are first, Gaius. Hear the sounds of Colcoat in front of you, and somebody getting hit like a real good clobbering just a moment ago. Oh my god, the biddies return.
Get it? The biddies?
The biddies. I don't know what they are, but apparently they get me money, so I mean...
Oh, cheering on Twitch.
The Twitch thing, yeah, I don't know. You cannot beat me.
I'm the king of the biddies.
So what do you want to do there, guys?
I will just kind of feel around and try to move forward, trying to find an enemy, I guess.
Okay.
At half speed.
You pat around and can feel what must be Colcoat's fur for a second there, and then you reach further ahead and you touch somebody who, like, jerks back the moment that your hand lands upon them.
Ooh, got a primal savagery, that person.
Go for it.
Okay, that's a 15. Or, sorry, not 15, 11.
You stumble forward and you miss your spell, fumbling it, unfortunately, in the middle of the room. Also, you would have disadvantage on that too, I believe.
Let's see if it gets worse. Oh, no, it didn't.
I'd need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's decent.
You squeeze past everybody and end up over here, and find that your back ends up against a wall, and your foot steps on a piece of what must be pottery that like breaks under your foot.
All right. That's my turn.
Okay, it's a strong turn. Macknar, it's your turn.
All right. This man next to me still alive?
Mm-hmm.
I swing again. Disadvantage?
Okay.
Ooh, it's 11.
11 misses.
Probably would be my turn.
Okay. Colcoat, you're up next. Oh, I forgot. What's the DC for the ball bearings?
I've never used them. I didn't think that far ahead.
There, I should have.
I think it's like a DC 12 or something.
Dexterity save. Oh, 10.
It's DC 10. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, you'd manage to get over there and step on some of the ball bearings, but wouldn't fall over. So you just made it.
Woo!
Alright.
I guess I'm just gonna yell into the fog. Are you ready to surrender yet? No?
There's
Okay.
no response. And then you hear like a crossbow being cranked back.
I shoot at that direction.
Okay. Make a shot with disadvantage, please.
Uh, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Okay, that definitely hits. Roll damage.
Uh, 6 damage.
Okay. There's a loud bang, and let's see, I'm gonna record the damage on this guy. From outside there, Erlebald, you're standing there with your dart at the ready, and you see a whole bunch of additional fog just like poofs out through the main doorway after hearing a gunshot that goes off inside. And meanwhile, you hear somebody wince in pain, Colcoat. You've definitely hit.
Look, I'm not messing around. Give up already. And, I mean, if I try to go forward, do I bump into that guy again?
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'll just kind of hold tight. 'Cause I don't think I can shove him or anything.
Okay.
That'll be it.
Erlebald, it's your turn. There's more screaming, gunshots have gone off. What do you want to do? You see what looks like somebody who's beginning to watch you now, with all this commotion. There is a commoner over here that's standing by a little building nearby and is just kind of holding out a torch and squinting eyes and watching you and whatever's going on.
Does he hear anyone wince in pain from the gunshot?
You wouldn't know. But the gunshot definitely seems to have been loud enough to pull this person's attention.
Alright, yeah, I guess he's just running in to try to feel for someone.
Okay, you go running in there. Let's see, so 10 feet to get up there, and then I'm gonna muddle about. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Alright, that's 14. Should be fine.
You would end up somewhere in here at the center of the room, nearly slipping and rolling your ankle on a bunch of ball bearings left inside. What do you want to do?
Does he hear anyone nearby that sounds like an enemy?
There's somebody right next to you, which is definitely engaged in combat with your friends that you can also hear moving around, but you can hear somebody at the back end of the room too, though your movement is spent at this point.
Right, then he's going to reach out and stab this guy, or the person that's attacking his allies.
Okay.
Right next to him. Oh wait, would that be disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that's, what is that? That's, 13.
13 will hit.
1d4 plus 3, let's go. Five damage.
Okay. You manage to reach out, and with one hand, you grab a hold of somebody's clothing there, and it definitely doesn't feel like you grabbed either a robot or Gaius or a cold coat there. You take your dagger, or not your dagger, but your dart, and stab forward, and after plunging it into this man's chest, when you pull the thing back out, you can tell that he sort of just slumps away from you and falls out of your hand. Oof.
Wonderful. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. For that... a crossbow shot flies out and misses you guys, and everybody please roll initiative. Jesus. What's going on? It is your turn, Cold Coat. What do you want to do?
Okay, I have a question. If a spell's concentration, and I choose to end it?
Yes, at any time. Free action, I think.
Yep.
Okay, so I am just gonna start walking forward, and as I do, I'm gonna drop the fog cloud, so I don't step on anything. And I'm just gonna say, no, you've really made me angry now. And I guess, what do I see when the cloud drops?
You see what looks like a very simple room with a man at the very back who is loading a crossbow, and when the fog falls and he sees you guys all standing there, he just kind of stops what he's doing.
And what do we see on the ground?
A bunch of broken furniture, 2 dead guys.
Put the crossbow down. I'm not messing around. I'll start walking closer.
Sure, make an intimidation check for me with advantage.
12.
He seems to see reason and kind of lowers the crossbow and then just lets go of it, and it clatters down onto the ground. You guys are no longer in combat.
Right, so...
I'm gonna turn and immediately start tending to any injuries anybody on our party might have.
What about the bad guys?
Well, party comes first.
No injuries here.
No injuries here either.
You see that the man standing here has dropped his crossbow to the ground and has his hands where you guys can see them, holding them in front of his chest. But you hear something else. It's like footsteps from outside and down below almost, and somebody calls out and goes, "You guys doing okay up there?"
Yeah, we're good.
I heard a loud noise. I was worried somebody got hurt.
Just go rush him. Right, no, we're having a time. We're just having a little conversation in here. Actually, it's really kind of private. I was hoping that maybe... I appreciate the kindness, but I was hoping you could leave. We're just having a little conversation, you know.
Well, I see you broke your door there.
I'll fix it.
You
It's
guys
fine.
might be conversing a little too hard.
I'm good with my hands. It was an altercation. It's... As you can hear right now.
You
it's
sure
not a
you
big
don't want me to call the guard?
Actually, I'm gonna be going to grab them myself. So if you want to come with me, we can go grab them together.
No, I think I'm gonna go back to bed. Alright, you guys seem to be doing your conversing just fine. And he just turns around and walks away.
Well, have a pleasant evening, sir.
Yeah, you too.
Just gotta turn around, just... Right. So,
There's
talking.
like dead people on the ground and everything inside.
Talking. Right, let's get to that. Let's not be liars.
Hey, you guys said I could live.
Oh yeah, you surrendered. I'm not gonna kill you.
Oh god. Because in the stories, you know, they always, like, you know, they surrender, and then that's when they get you.
It kind of looks like we got your friends before you surrendered.
Oh man.
He just turns to whisper in his friend's ear. Wait, we're not killing them?
Well, so you're part of this the back alley thieves. And these two as well, hey?
I'd like you to make an insight check, please.
I hope I'm good at this. No, I'm not so good at this. Insight, that's 12.
He looks at you and he says, "No, I'm just, you know, friends of theirs."
Now I have a question.
Yes.
I have advantage on intelligence checks to recall information. Is this one of the dudes that attacked us the other day? Do I recognize him?
Roll luck, please. Or whoever's feeling lucky.
I got it. I
Get it.
You got it.
Hey!
Okay. You can see that he's wearing like a bandana around a portion of his face there, and you can see basically his nose and his eyes, which are stricken with fear, right? But as you kind of narrow in and look at him, you're pretty sure, yeah, you saw this guy. In fact, he had that same bandana on the last time.
Oh, you thieves. You tried to trick the people that spare your life after trying to kill us on 2 different occasions. Perhaps I should kill you.
I want you to make a perception check.
19.
Even from like 5-10 feet away, you can see beads of sweat starting to form on this man's forehead. His hands like tremble ever so gently.
I'll just look down the barrel of the gun, pointed at him for a second, and then... No, I'm a man of my word, unlike some of us here. Mr.
He holds up his hands like maybe they'll block the bullet.
Well, look, let's get you to the guards. You've escaped with your life on this one, and well, perhaps you can turn your life around. This is not... Well, you'll end up like your friend if you continue.
He kind of like steps back a bit, and his back bumps against the wall there. And you see he kind of looks left and right in the room. And then makes a check. He goes, "Oh, okay, I can't go to the guard. You know what it's like with the guard here, right? But I can pay you guys, and I promise I'll never do anything like this again. Swear."
I don't know. What about you guys? I think he's full of shit.
No. Right? No. There's money. I know where they stashed everything. I'll tell you guys where they're keeping all the goods, and you guys let me go.
You can bring us to where they keep the goods. Then perhaps we could let you go. You have to show us that you're trustworthy, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I could do that. I'll show you where it is. You want to go tonight? I'll show you right now.
Well, probably best we get it done sooner rather than later.
Well, great. We'll go now then.
Just so you know, You will be killed if you try to run.
He gulps audibly.
I'm doing you a favor here.
Right, remember the other day when your buddy decided that he was gonna have a dart in the eye? That wasn't fun.
Earl has more darts. He's ready.
I'm confused. Are you asking me to put a dart in his eye?
No, not yet. No. If he tries to run away from
He
us.
flinches and like kind of looks away. He won't even make eye contact with you, Erlebald.
They say the most painful part of the body to be hit with a dart is the eyeball.
That's just incorrect. It's the spleen.
Oh, then he can go for the spleen on the next one. Yeah, you learn something every day.
He falls to his knees, still holding his hands up. No, I won't run, I swear.
Alright, well, I guess get those heads and let's roll.
Heads?
Hey. That's a fun one. Right, no, we're gonna be decapitating your friend. Well, your friends.
He looks just like he's
a wry
stricken.
smile. Right, does anyone actually have a knife? Because I really don't want to use... I don't want to rip again.
Erlebald lets out a sigh and then hands him a single knife. I don't usually carry around such a pitiful weapon, but if we must.
And I only use such a fine utensil for finer affairs, but this is kind of necessary. Hey, Mackinac, can you come over here and help me with a little bit of cleaving?
I suppose so.
It is a, as you might put it, a septic surgery? Maybe?
I see. I will definitely make sure that you do not accidentally cut yourself, yes.
Thank you.
Ghost, come here, ruffian. You don't need to see this. And I'll march him over to the door.
As you approach him, you see that he's looking at Gaius and Mackinac kind of taking this guy's head off, and he just kind of rips down his bandana and keels over in the side and just vomits into the corner of the room.
Oops.
You don't get out much. It's all just business. You need proof.
Oh. Yeah, but why'd you have to do it like... God.
Well, that's what they told us to do. Do you have a more humane way?
I was playing cards with him like a minute ago.
Well, you should have better company. Like me and my friends. Look, none of us are going to end up with our heads cut off by a bounty hunter.
Make a persuasion check. And then roll insight.
18.
This man has not only heard your words and considered them, but has taken them to heart, and you can tell from your insight check that he is done with a life of crime. He's like completely disenchanted with this whole thing and just wants to be done with it. And you don't sense any inkling that he might like attempt to run or, you know, backstab you guys if he gets like the chance. He wants out of this. He seems to become like a lot more sort of pliant and understanding of you guys.
Okay, as I kind of sense that, I'll just kind of look at him and nod. Well, come on. What was your name?
You can see that this guy has a like a set of somewhat pointed ears, and if you had to guess from your time in these different areas, this is actually a half-elf, and without his bandana on now and the hood kind of, you know, falling off to the side given his vomiting, you can kind of see that. And he tells you that his name is... he tells you that his name is Fraildas.
Well, sorry to meet you under these circumstances. I guess the second time we've met, but I sure do hope you turn things around.
I swear I'll never do any of this again. Look, when you guys let me free, I'll find some honest work, and I'll turn it all around, you know?
Well, if you can manage to salvage up any parts, machine parts, airships, in a legal manner, we'd always be willing to purchase.
What are you talking about?
Well, we run a business. It's Catman Robotics. We build things. We create.
He actually pauses for a second, and then he goes, "Oh, the shop down on the... Oh. Well..."
What do you mean, oh?
Yeah, what do you mean, oh?
You're the guys right next to those orcs, right?
Yeah. Good guys. What the fuck do you want with them?
Nothing.
No. Not nothing. Nothing is what happened with the reason why this...
You're like holding his head like in your hand. You point the dagger to it like, nothing's what happened to this guy.
Exactly. Nothing is what happened to him.
It's like
This
blood
is
drips
something.
down. He goes, I just, I heard stories,
Oh yeah, what
apparently
kind of stories? Personal stories.
some back alley guys tried to steal from them, and one of them didn't come back.
What? The lugs or the back alley guy?
He nods. He says that, yeah, lugs
half
got
orc
him
or
or
is back?
something. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened.
Did you really want to fuck with a half orc? Are you fucking serious? Have you
It wasn't
seen
my
the way
idea.
those...
Look, it's just a story. That's how I know you guys.
Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, don't fuck with them. They're good people. There are people.
Make an insight check.
I can do that. 15.
Okay. This guy's starting to become like an open book for you guys, and you'll need less and less of those checks the more you spend time with him, but you're pretty sure that there's more here than he's letting on to. What exactly that means, you don't know.
Right. So, stories. Stories are fun. Stories are usually grained in truth. I would really appreciate it if I could get to finish cutting this head off with less of skirting around the truth.
I mean, the offer's still open. I can still kill him.
Right?
No,
Don't
no,
kill
no.
him.
There'll be
decent.
more people to kill. Not. For all this, you may not think you have marketable skills, but information, that might be worth something to us too. Specifically information about your former thieves gang, or who they may have targeted or are going to target.
Well, I know where they keep their main hideout. And there's two in town. I haven't seen the other one. It's like a small one, but I know where the main one is. Could take you guys there. That's where all the loot is, like I was talking about.
I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
At this other one, were you expecting other people to come and help?
And they're gonna be people there?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's a small one. It's probably like this. Maybe 3 or 4 of us, and then the big one. I don't really know.
Well, I'll tell you what. We liked this information. Anything you might know, take this, and I'm gonna hand him a gold piece. I feel like you'll find it pays more to do honest work than it does to steal things.
Oh, he kind of takes the coin and looks at it, and kind of turns the thing over or whatever. Goes, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. It is. And
You guys
what I'm
don't think
hoping-
I could maybe, like, work at the shop with you guys or anything. Like, I can lift stuff, and I know my way around the city.
Well, we've got kind of a small shop right now, but we definitely can keep you in mind if we have any future openings. I'm sure there's some work we can think up for you.
And like we said, if you find anything that you think might be worth something, we'll try to pay you for it. That's kind of what we do ourselves. We just find stuff. That and we fix things.
He nods to
Problems.
you and then kind of cleans himself up. Like, he takes, like, a piece of cloth and kind of wipes away, like, a bit of puke from the side of his mouth. Like, stuffs the coin into his coat pocket and sort of gets off his knees.
Right, now I could really use a smidge of food after we're done with these heads. So you need to show us where we're going. I want to not hold this knife any longer. Thank you very, very much, Erlebold. I'll clean it later. I'm just gonna hold the knife out to him. Should we return heads and maybe grab a spot of food?
Yes, perhaps Freldis can tell us about these two hideouts while we walk.
Have a short rest.
He nods, but then he pipes up and says, but, you know, I'm gonna have to keep... I need a new bandana or something so they don't see my face.
Yes, we can buy something on the way.
We've also got plenty of scrap material right here. I'm gonna point at the dead bodies.
He goes, no, I need, you know, like a disguise or something.
Right, we can find something. Also, I don't know if you want to do it, but dead bodies.
What? Eat them?
No, we're not going to be fucking savages.
Are you going to make him eat the bodies?
No, we're not going to be
That
savages.
does not seem sanitary.
That seems disgusting.
Did anyone want to look through them to see what they had? Or you can say that we just buried them, or bring them to their families. Use them as an example. Or just leave them here, and I can bury this.
Do you want to just leave them, Freldis?
He shrugs his shoulders.
Sign of a defeated man.
Don't worry, you're in good hands now. You don't need these fools. Let's leave them. I can't imagine they have much in the way of families.
He doesn't say anything and just kind of follows in your wake. You see he grabs off the ground where a table once stood, what looks to be like a cloth, and kind of puts that over most of his face and just kind of follows you guys outside.
Before we leave, is there anything on the bodies that we could use in terms of just like spare parts?
So, let's see. Go ahead and, somebody who hasn't rolled luck yet, go ahead and make a luck roll.
I nominate Doctor.
I have not.
No, I already did it, didn't I?
Alright, Soup.
Soup's got it.
I believe in you.
Go Soup.
My luck is impeccable always.
It's a D12.
Oh,
My luck is impeccable, he says.
whoops! Let's just forget about that
That is
one.
also a
Wait, that's a D12. God damn it!
There you go.
Oh my God.
Right here. I put it on the table right in front of
Alright, thank you. I don't know. Why are my D20s below my whatever? God damn it.
You guys ever play D&D really
Hey!
big? Hey, 17, that's not bad.
Oh yeah. It only took me 3 tries.
So you find some basic weaponry that you could take if you want. It's all very, rusted and wouldn't really get you more than a couple of copper pieces. And you do, however, find some coin on them. It seems all of them are flat broke, save for one who has a little pouch with 3 gold in it and 10 silver. He had been keeping it, and you didn't really find it at first on his person. It wasn't until you kind of like patted down his legs that you found he had this kind of like secured there.
Just go look at him, at Freldis. Did you know your friend had this?
He shakes his head and he goes, "Damn. Holding out on me."
Right, crime, fun, good people.
Made me pay for food last time.
Mackinac even pays for food and he doesn't eat.
You
I've
see
heard
Fraildas
starving
kind
is
of
very
looks
cheap.
over at you like, you're a talking robot, and just kind of seems to be kind of off-put by the fact that you don't really have a, like a humanoid face to look at or anything like that.
Is something the matter?
What? No. He just looks away.
Did I get some pieces on me, Gaius? I can't quite see.
No, you're fine. I mean, like around, we'll clean you up back at the shop, but it's fine. There's nothing really. I'm just gonna like flick off. Like, I'm not the clean one. I am blatantly not the clean one, except for when it comes to cooking.
Your hands are covered in blood, too.
Just gonna like flick it off, splatter a little bit more blood. It's fine.
Okay. So you guys can
let's-
collect 2 heads from these dead bodies here, and Fraildas will go with you. You also managed to get some coin checking on the bodies, and it appears that these poor bandits weren't entirely broke. Where are you guys going? Back to the shop?
What's the time of day?
Well, I think we were going to drop the heads off first.
It's
Yeah.
late in the evening, but you could probably go back to Falone's. Seems like the kind of place that would be open in the evening.
Also want to put the heads in, like, take one of the shirts off of the corpses and make it into a makeshift sack.
Sure, so people don't just see you carrying heads in the street.
Yeah, generally that's not that's frowned upon.
It's good thinking. Okay,
I'm
so
also
back
gonna
to
hand the
Falone's.
heads off to Mackinac because I cannot carry that because I'm weak as shit.
Okay.
All right.
So traveling through the town, you guys go to the lower levels, and unless you're gonna talk to Fraildas about anything, he says pretty much nothing, and just seems to be,
I'll probably chat him up on the way.
yeah, it helps him through his his shell-shocked state, and just kind of small talking with him. You see that he gradually kind of comes out of it. What kind of stuff would you talk to him about?
I'd probably just start out see if he had a family. I'd probably actually ask if he knew anything about those guys and if they had families either.
Oh, okay. You learn that Fraildas is an orphan, and that apparently his father was an elf and his mother was human, and they didn't really want him when they had him, and he was basically spending the majority of his early life in an orphanage, not from here, however, but like way back over in Hillcrest. And one day he stole away from the orphanage when he was like a rebellious teen, and ended up in a boat as a stowaway, and eventually ended up in Aurelium and bounced from one city to the next, spending time in the capital, and then narrowly escaping the guard there, and then making his way over into the Undercity, and he's been stuck here for like the last few seasons at least. And you can tell he's quite young. Like, half-elves will live to be maybe a couple hundred years old. He's maybe like, 16 years old kind of thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, Lafrail, this will tell you. You lucked out almost getting murdered by us.
He's so kind of like broken at this point. He's just like nods his head. Yeah.
We'll look out for you, don't worry. Stick with us and... Well, you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. But mostly scratching mine because I really like it.
So I can hang out at the shop?
Yeah, you can hang out.
He looks to the rest of you guys.
Within reason.
Rollerball's giving him a disapproving glare, but says nothing.
The darty glance.
Hell yeah.
He seems to be uneasy about Erlebald, and you guys notice, or maybe not Erlebald noticing, but definitely you would notice, being the one that's talking to him, Coldcoat. He keeps as much distance between him and the walking dart machine as much as he can.
Okay, you don't need to worry about Earl. He's on our side. Definitely want him on our side.
Doesn't seem
Real
like he's
tough.
really on my side. I mean, I don't blame him, but
Yeah, he's got bigger fists to fry than worry about you. Don't worry.
Oof.
he kind of like
Ouch.
stares off, and he nods afterwards, and he goes, "Yeah, that like in the streets there, that was crazy. I still remember that."
Yes, it was quite the throw. I'm sure it won't be the last time you see something quite amazing from him.
Never ran that fast in my life.
Yes, he scattered quite quickly. But look, let me tell you this. Just cheer up a little bit. You'll have a better life now. I'm gonna pull out another gold and hand it to him.
He just kind of takes it and smiles, and after that puts it in your pocket, or in his pocket there, and you guys realize that you've come to the outside of Falone's by now.
Look, hang tight out here. We've got some business to deal with.
Okay, yeah, I'll be right here.
So I guess we'll head inside.
Okay. When you guys step inside, you find that the action of opening the door seems to actually rouse Falone from his sleep, as he's kind of like leaning back in the chair, his head tilted over the backrest, and his mouth wide open, kind of. Oh, hey guys. You got that stuff done or whatever? And you see it kind of like pushes some sleep out of his eyes.
Oh, yeah, you're vigilant, huh?
Yeah, gotta be watching the shop, you know how it is.
Right.
So, how do you newbies do?
Well, take a look for yourself.
Oh, 2 of them, huh? Okay. Alright. Well, I'll go ahead, talk to the guard, and if this all works out, you come back, speak to me later, and I'll have some gold waiting for you. Or some silver. I mean, can't be paying you too much yet.
Right, that's fair. We also know what we're going to be looking for next, so be ready.
Gives you a nod, and then seems to have like a trunk on hand for this kind of thing from behind his desk, and like gives the heads a brief look and just kind of just sloughs them off into there.
I don't know what kind of information you need to tell the guards to keep them off our back, but we've got the lead on some more of these back alley thieves, so just the heads up.
You guys didn't cause a mess or anything out there, did you?
Well, I mean, they cut a couple heads off. That's kind of messy, but otherwise, no.
Gotcha. Right. Well, I'll let them know when I talk with them next that I've got some people doing a little bit of grimy work in the city. Cleaning things up.
Much appreciated.
Alright. So that's 2. Record that down here. And, I'll see you guys again soon, hopefully.
Right, we'll see you again soon.
Who's that out there? Sheepish-looking guy out in the street. Is he with you?
Yeah, potential shop boy. Do odd jobs around for us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
He's got moxie.
Can find some cheap help here and there. I mean, yeah, you guys have a good day.
What did he mean by that?
Go on, I need to get my rest. How about you guys, head off? There's more heads to get.
Right, tell us when you get some more silver for us.
Do you guys head outside?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like narrow my glare at him a bit. And was he talking about slaves there?
I think he's talking about us. He's paying us super fucking cheap for doing his work.
Oh, that's fine. Information's worth more than his stupid silver.
Okay, so you guys step back outside, and Fraildas is there. He's just kind of like staring down the long cavern towards not towards the city, but towards like the darkened areas where it just eventually becomes like underdark caves. And it's just looks like he's thinking about everything.
And nothing all at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah, it's probably a billion thoughts and just like white noise.
Where do you live, Freudis? Or do you have a place you live?
Yeah, you guys already saw it.
Oh.
The back, you know.
Right. Right. That's a problem.
I mean, it's cool. I can, I sleep outside sometimes.
Well, luckily it's in the Undercity, so it's kind of temperate.
Well, I feel bad. Come back. It's kind of cramped, but you can stay the night at our place.
Do I hear a group chat happening? Do you audibly go, guys?
Yeah, gonna go. Right. Cubs usually come and go as they please. There's a couple taverns in town. We've given you probably more than you've ever seen in your life worth of gold. Grab a couple nights. Come do some work. We'll give you some more gold. Don't sleep on the street. I'll be able to smell it. And
So I'm not.
No.
He kind of looks
It's-
over at you, Coalcoat.
I'm just gonna look at Coco. It's very fucking cramped in there.
He does have a point. It's very cramped. Look, come by in the morning. Get an inn, get a room close to us, and come see us first thing.
And if we're not there in the morning, well, there's a reason for that. Just keep paying for a room until you see us back.
Yes, if we mysteriously disappear, don't worry about it. Like he said, we'll be back.
Okay.
We'll be back before you run out of money.
Yeah,
Don't gamble.
I'll just go and get a room. Okay. Well, bye. Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Also, just general feel. Where's the location, and then we'll take you there as well.
I don't know.
All right, fine. We'll see you tomorrow.
He gives you a nod and then kind of like smiles at you for a second, Coalcoat, and then steps off down the road.
I'm just gonna like look pointedly over at Coco. We can't accept every stray off the street, especially when we were just quested with killing him.
Eh,
A compelling argument.
he seems alright to me. He seems like he's turned himself around. I've got the sense for this.
I know, and I usually trust you, but at the same time, you gotta protect your pack.
So, are we not letting him in because it's cramped? I thought we were concerned about him stealing from us.
Bit of both.
I'm not too concerned, but it is very cramped, and, well, if we still have reservations, I guess it doesn't hurt to give him a bit of a trial period. Either way, a good day's work for us. Is it late at night now, Lucian?
Yeah, you guys are getting like a little sleepy.
Shall we head back to the shop? We could always start some work on that set of armor for you, Mackinac.
I would like to get started on that. Also like to look over your injuries just to make sure you're all still perfectly healthy.
Right?
Yes,
well
of
then.
course. The before bedtime physical.
Which he probably actually does. Okay, so you guys go through the streets, make your way back towards the workshop, step inside, find it the same as it was before, and Aknar, you go about cleaning up whatever little tiny scrapes might be on your different party members and everything. These His flesh bags always seem to get scuffed up so easily. Then you guys go to do some work on the set of armor. Now, who is going to make this check, and do you have the relevant proficiencies?
Me and yes, I imagine.
Okay.
I am just gonna be looking pretty making food in the kitchen.
Okay.
I would only be assisting where Mackinac told me to, since it's making armor is more of out of my expertise. So just anywhere I can help with my tinker's abilities.
Okay. I'd say both of you go ahead and roll. You roll Tinkers, and then you roll Blacksmith, or whatever it is that you have for that.
I got smiths, tinkers, and carpenters. I assume smiths.
Smiths would work best.
What do I add?
Probably Dexterity or Strength, your choice.
What do you want me to add?
22.
For Blacksmithing, probably Strength.
Strength. 19.
It's 19 and 22. You spend most of your time putting together the small, like, connective rings that are going to be used for the armor coal coat, and, you know, your Tinker's tools work just fine for that. While Mackinac, you go ahead and start pounding out the pieces of armor to make the splint pieces. You start to get things together, and by the time that you've finished, you realize that, even only having spent a couple of hours in the evening, you've done a pretty decent amount, and, you probably have like another 80% left of progress to do, even though you only spent like one evening doing some work on it. So if you want, you can take a card there and record that you have like 80% left to do, which is like an estimate of probably about 3 days worth of work, unless you keep rolling like that, in which case it could be done pretty soon.
Alright, so you said like 20% done.
Yeah. You haven't ruined any of the parts either. You guys have been very careful with it. You didn't botch any of those rolls, so you don't have to buy any new parts for it.
Where are...
Yeah, you guys are gonna have a lot of cards.
all the cards?
From, I like that you guys went from being, like, city managers to being, like, shop owners. So...
This will be good. We'll have like 10 things on the go.
Mm-hmm. So, with that... let's see here. Are you guys doing anything else throughout the evening?
I'd probably just be helping with the armor and then probably call it a night afterwards.
Probably just do daily chores, clean up a little bit where they tell me to, and then probably go try to find like extra like scraps of food that I can get for like a couple silver pieces just to store away and dry.
Oh. That's weird. Oh.
What's going on?
I think something just fell into the floor. I definitely just dropped a token into the floor, and it seems to have vanished from existence.
Wonderful.
Was it this token?
Yeah, what the hell? Where was it?
What was that?
It was on Soup's board.
Hmm?
How on
Soup's been
earth?
stealing tokens.
No, it definitely, it fell through the table, and then made like a clink sound, and it was gone. And then it must have teleported over to
I wonder
Soup's
if
board.
there's a larger like respawn area on this table.
Yeah, there's definitely something iffy going on here.
Test this out.
Yeah, I didn't touch it at all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
It was weird because on my screen I could see it like move from where you dropped it and like slide onto his little thing.
Yeah. This picture is a close approximation, so we'll run with this for now. There's Fraildas, in case he shows up again later. And
Fraildas the Wise.
you guys aren't doing anything for the evening, right? You're just going to bed after some work?
Building the armor, doing some physicals.
Okay. You
General
check
chores.
your party members for lumps, and everything turns out fine. Everybody goes to bed, and you guys wake up the next day. When you guys wake up the next day, you find that everything in your shop is pretty much how you had left it. However, there's two minor things that are different. Let's see here. Grab something real quick. One of which is that over at the front of the shop, you can see that there's like a letter that has been posted to the shop door. Like somebody has taken some kind of adhesive, maybe some oil or like hot wax, and has stuck a piece of paper to your door and has left it there. And the other thing that you notice is that outside of your door, sleeping on the ground, is Fraildas.
Oh. Just gonna grab the note off the door and then kick him. Oh wait.
Jesus Christ.
Just like, not like a swift kick, not like, I'm not punting him, I'm just gonna like, kick his shoulder like, more than a tap. Be like, aye. What are you doing? Hey. Hey. What? Seriously. Okay, what day is it? Tell me what day it is first. And then, why are you on the ground?
17th. I ran out of money and I couldn't stay at the tavern and I came over here and there was nobody.
Okay, come in, let's get some food. Fuck, it's the 17th! Oh, fuck, it's the 17th. You just gotta, like,
just
run
say
inside.
17th? Oh,
Just
no.
Alright,
He makes his
Right.
way inside and he can tell that you guys are like, you know, upset about this, whatever it is. And he goes, did I do something?
no, not you, not you. Sit down, stay seated. I'm making food. Right. 17th, what are we doing?
I don't know. We missed our meeting.
Yes.
That can't be good. What?
No.
Would I notice this letter that he's got?
Yeah, there's a letter that's been posted to the door.
What is that letter?
I got a little distracted with Boyle here. You read it, I'm gonna start making us food in a hurry.
Guess I'll take it and open it and see what it says.
You see that the note comes with no signature or anything like that. In simple common, somebody has written down, "You didn't show up? Come and see me."
Right, that's not good. That's not good.
Well, at the very least, he still wants to see us.
How did we miss the meeting?
You know how we missed it. Just sit down, wash up. Show him how to throw darts. I don't know. Food quickly. It's a cruel fucking joke.
Are you gonna show him how to throw darts?
I mean, yes, obviously. I put skill points in performance for a reason.
Oh no, if there's dart throwing happening in the workshop, I'm supervising. This requires adult supervision.
So, Colcoat and Gaius are like in one end of the room, musing about what they're gonna do about having just time skipped, while you guys are over there in the corner, legitimately teaching Fraildas how to throw darts. I'd like you to...
Teaching is generous.
Yeah, I'd like you to make a check to see if you actually manage to, not necessarily teach him, but just do that initial bit when a teacher shows a student, like, hey, this is worth paying attention to. So make a performance check for me.
Oh, that's an 8.
Buddy.
So you make a little flourish with the dart or whatever, and Fraildas doesn't seem to be terribly impressed. You still, hit the target across the room and everything. But he just looks like he's kind of out of his element. And just turns to you, and you can see that he doesn't really seem too keen on this. Nothing?
No, he cares not.
He cares not for the art
if someone doesn't respect it, then he's just not gonna respect them.
Yeah,
I guess
he looks to you and goes, "Yeah, that's kind of neat, I guess."
Just unresponding, just ignoring him.
Okay. I guess I could try it.
Yeah, there's not there's nothing.
He keeps like looking over at you and then looks at Mackinac, like looks back, looks over, looks back. Meanwhile, at the front of the shop.
You finished with the cooking yet? I think we should probably get going sooner rather than later.
Like, perfection takes time. Okay, I'm done. Alright? It's fine. We're done.
Just fucking throws it in the garbage.
No, just, like, fine. We don't need a plate. Fine. Fuck it. It's fine.
Okay, so you guys get some food and bring it over to the rest of the group. And do you guys feed Frailed Ass?
Oh, hell yeah. That was the point.
Frailed Ass takes the food, and he doesn't take a moment to really note the perfection that you've managed to muster up here, guys. He just, like, wolfs the whole thing down instantly.
I'm also used to feeding wolves, so it's fine.
Yeah, he just devours the whole thing.
Chew. I do.
Oh, sorry. I haven't had a good meal in a while.
Well, what were they charging you for a room? How did you run out of money so fast?
Well, it was a few silver, and then I had to eat, so, I mean, one day, and then another day, and then another day, and another day, and then I had to...
We were going for 7 days. It kind of makes sense.
What were you guys doing?
It's common knowledge, right, Lucian? Table talk?
Yes, the myth is common knowledge. You wouldn't have to explain it in detail, just dropping the name and somebody would know what that is that you're talking about.
Just gonna, like, tap back in the neck. Thing. It's a thing. We don't get to stay around that long.
You guys are... Seriously?
Yeah. It's a thing. Do you see the way he throws darts? Does that not scream it to you?
Well, I did see, yeah.
Yeah.
The marks are on her chest, right?
No, it's
they're on the back of her neck.
The back of your neck.
On the back of the neck, okay.
Would one of you guys actually show it?
Yeah, I'll show him mine.
Okay. He looks over and he goes, God. Heavens. Okay. I didn't know.
Put a finger to my lips, like...
Yeah. No, I got you. I won't tell anybody.
See, you've made the right friends, Freldis.
Jeez. So you guys are... He kind of leans forward like he's having a secret conversation, and he says, you guys are like, chosen by the gods, like, you know, to do great things. That's crazy.
Or chosen by nature, or just really hardworking. I don't know. You just one or the other.
I was chosen by Titan.
You have to be. You can't exist otherwise. That is
Precisely.
basically what you've taught me.
I like to think Mackinac was built by Titan himself.
That would be pretty cool. But we also don't we know his parents?
Oh, I was built in Vostok, but I was most certainly chosen by Titan himself.
Yes, praise Titan.
Praise Titan. He'll kind of like walk off at this point and like start like meandering around trying to see if he can like get any progress done on the armor at this point.
Okay.
He's in a good mood.
Fraildas just kind of watches you leave the group and then looks back over at all you guys, still kind of wide-eyed about the whole thing.
Right, no, we actually need to get going. Mackinac, we can't put any more work into the armor just right now.
You guys missed a thing in town or something.
Yeah, we have an overdue meeting.
Oh. Okay.
And I'm gonna hand him like I'll hand him 6 silver pieces. I'm just like, all right, I covered your meal. Just come back like maybe midday, and hopefully this time a little bit of scrap. Find a little bit of scrap, and yeah.
I looked around, but I mean, the Moan Gang got picked up. There's nothing. I mean, everything's been bought and sold.
I mean, look around some of like the not sketchier. Just try to look around and see if anyone's thrown anything out. If you just see any metal laying about, it's fine as long as it's not rusted to shit. That's kind of what they've just been telling me to do.
Yes, you just don't have the eye for it yet. The weirder and stranger something might seem, it's probably useful to us.
I also haven't been moving around too much because I can't have, back alley guys see me.
Ah, yes, fair enough. We haven't taken care of them yet.
The guards were talking about that, actually. You guys were, well, wasn't big enough to get into the paper, but I heard them. There's a couple at the tavern, sitting down by the table there. Heads cut off and everything.
Oh,
Right.
Good talk, I hope.
Yeah, they weren't, sad to see him go or anything.
Did you get yourself a new bandana?
I've been using this. It's like a.
You hand him 2 more silver pieces. Just grab yourself a new bandana.
He's holding a cloth that looks like, a towel stolen from a hotel kind of thing, and he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll go get something."
Right. Keep yourself safe. Try finding scrap. Head down. You know the drill.
All right, yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys later.
Yep.
He goes running out the door and heads off.
Right. So, we go into F's now.
Yes, probably best to head there right away.
Absolutely.
Right, Mac, come on.
Well, all right.
I know you want to do work, but come on.
Okay. You guys head off, and where are you going?
For veggies.
Yeah. You guys get there in little time, and the guards seem to be expecting you. One of them recognizes your group and gives you a nod, and before long, you're let into the place. And you find that Fovecci is in there, once again, in a same room that he's normally in, though a lot of the items seem to have changed, even though only 7 days seems to have passed. And he's kind of looking at a display right now. He's not seated at his desk. He's kind of looking over some baubles hanging on a shelf. He turns over and goes, "Ah, yes. You're still in town, I see."
Right, real sorry. Real sorry.
Busy with something. Something good enough that you couldn't come and see me.
Sleeping? Does that make sense?
Sleeping.
Back, just get a point back of the neck. Just sleeping of a kind.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you're one that we could trust. Yeah.
Do you show him?
Yeah, I mean, I walk around topless anyway, so I'm a fucking dirty hippie.
Okay. So you kind of smudge away some of the dirt that's there and show him the sign as well. And he looks at you all and he goes, "I had a feeling. Well, then no harm done. Nothing is lost. Well, maybe time, or if somebody else is on it, but better not to think of that. Here, come join me at my desk."
Thank you for the understanding, Fovecci. We would not have skipped out on the meeting without good reason.
It's okay. I've had couriers before that were special, like yourselves, actually. No matter. What I wanted to talk with you all about is... Do you remember Calcy from a few days back?
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
I saw to it that a wizarding friend of mine looked into things and have an idea the ship may have landed. Oh, me,
Eyes perk up.
veggies, I like to do the purchasing and the sale, but not so much on the wandering into the wilderness. I thought you might like to see this map that I have. It's not completely accurate, you never really know with magic, of course, but it might be helpful.
Oh yes, let's have a look at it.
Eyes are wide.
He pulls out a map that is still held together with a drawstrings that you can't see the parchment unfolded. And he holds it there and kind of waves it in the air for a second. He says, however, I did have to pay money for this kind of thing. If I give this to you, I want the first pick of anything that you find, if it turns out to be that the ship is there. Okay?
Deep bow. Yeah. Of course, yeah.
He looks to
Yeah,
the rest
right.
of you guys.
Oh, I'd say that's fair. We owe that at least to you.
And it's fine by me.
Okay. He hands over the map. And on it, if you unfurl the thing, you guys get a new map marker. The Spear Hills updates to down over here.
Oh, fuck.
He says, now I believe that they actually made it over the hills. According to some magical scrying, the wreckage is likely surrounded by jungle. We've kind of narrowed it down to here. I also want to mention that if you can find Kelsey's body, to be willing to pay for it. If you could bring it back. I know there's probably a little bit left. If it's really messy, then don't worry about it. But at least get back his ring for me, if you can find it. It looks like this. And he shows you a little sketch that's been done on a piece of paper, and it has a family crest on it of some kind. It's like a shield with a few different items and an animal and whatnot. And he kind of slips that over to you guys. They're good friends of mine, and if I could return that to them, that would a lot to me.
Yes, I'm sure it would mean a lot to them too. We will definitely keep an eye out for it if we make the trip out there.
Now
Definitely
I know-
not as far south as they said the crash was.
Yes. Perhaps that was done on purpose. I'm not sure. Maybe the information is inaccurate. Who knows? But if you do find it, I do want the main parts, just a chance to buy them. And, keep it to yourself. You might not find what you expect there. They chose to cover up exactly where it ended up. Maybe it simply broke into two parts, or maybe there's something more nefarious going on. In which case, having both the wilderness after you and the government as well, it's not a pretty picture exactly.
Yes, you'll definitely have to keep our guard up. There could be just about anything out there.
If you do go down there, be careful. I've heard there's talk of highwaymen. Gang that's been growing by the day down by, it's off to the side of the road there, apparently.
Oh, the back alley thieves? Is that the group?
No, the jackknife.
Oh,
That's-
right, the
yes, that's the
Jackknife Gang.
Yeah. Apparently they're trouble, in the city as well.
Might want to just avoid them.
Where did you say that they might be on this map, according to your information?
takes his quill and he marks down. He says, the guard says right about here.
Okay, well, good to know. Thank you.
I don't know exactly what you'll find out there, but stick to the road when you can. Be careful when you're passing by that one area. It might be best to just go into the hills or something and skip that bit of road as long as the gang's still out there. If the guard says they've sent groups towards them, and groups have not come back.
Well, that's disconcerting.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. You know, sometimes these groups are small, sometimes not so much.
A question, Fovech. Do you know why the guards would be so interested with a group that's halfway to the next city, out in the wild?
He shrugs
We've
his
heard
shoulders.
they've taken special interest.
Don't know. Could be anything, really.
Well, if you hear anything, let us know. We'll be sure to let you know if we're planning to leave town.
He gives you a nod. Says, very well. I trust you all will find this stuff, and don't worry about the time thing. You know, that's okay.
If you have any messages for us, you can probably pass them along through our acquaintance outside. His name is Freldis.
Yeah, he didn't come with us.
Right, he didn't. Well, we have a new boy around the shop helping out. His name is Freldis. If we're not around, you can pass information through him.
Ah. Found some help. Good. Sure, I'll send any messages I might have and hand them off to him.
Okay, so remind me to tell Freldis to take messages when we disappear.
No, it's generally a good thing to remind people about before we disappear.
It's fine. We'll be alright. Well, anything else been going on in town the last few days, Ovechi?
Too much? No.
Any
Things have
word
been
of
quiet.
any word of any more golden sharp things other than what you know?
Ah. He looks over at you, Erlebald, and says, "You're still on about that, are you?"
Always.
Tell you what, I do know a thing or two about that. I would be willing to give you this information once you've finished up with the Mogane to find exactly what happened. How's that?
That sounds like a fucking fantastic deal.
That sounds like a deal that I can agree to.
He gives you a smile, Erlebald, and he extends a hand out to you. And do you shake his hand?
Absolutely.
Okay, while you're shaking his hand, he kind of leans his head down a little bit and looks into your eyes, and he says, "You've been looking for this item for some time. Long time."
Yes.
Good. Well, he lets go of your hand. Get the job done, and we'll see if we can talk about that then.
He gives him a nod.
He looks to the rest of you guys and kind of, gives you a respectful bow there from behind the desk.
Oh, and Fovechi, I'm in the market for gun parts if you happen to come across any.
Make a luck roll, please.
Okay.
Your luck rolls have been pretty decent tonight.
damn it!
You had to jinx us.
You had to jinx it.
He shakes his head, and he says to you, "No, but I do have some stuff laying about. I have some special ammunition, but no gun parts or anything."
Well, what kind of ammunition? I suppose it doesn't hurt to ask if you've got anything that might help an adventure into the jungle.
Here. He gets up from his desk, and he bids that you follow him. Do you go with him?
Yes.
Are you guys gonna follow in tow as well?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
In this world, a cartridge is roughly the size of like a maybe like a clumsy, bulky NATO round, sort of. You know, it's like an inch or two, and he takes you over towards a box that is laying on one of the shelves and opens it up, and the whole thing is lined with velvet, except for two little indents in it. One which holds a scroll, and the other which holds a single bullet, which is sitting there, just one lone powder cartridge. And he kind of takes the case while it's open and sort of shows it to you, and you can see what looks like almost magical inscription that runs along the outside of the bullet and kind of shimmers and shows arcane writing for a brief moment. It says, not the cheapest, 70 gold for this one, but very powerful, very powerful. If you're interested.
It's beautiful. What does it do?
He kind of closes the box and he says, lightning.
What do you mean, like the spell?
It's been infused with lightning. Should be very effective.
70 gold, you say?
I've never seen one be fired myself. Well, let's just say the buyer that I got this from, seller rather, he's never been the one to lie to me or anything like that. And he said it was impressive.
I'm gonna start scrounging through my pockets here. Well, I've got about 45 on me.
Looks over at the group.
Right, that's a one-time use, right?
I would assume so.
Probably not the best thing to purchase right now.
Oh, but it could save our lives.
It could. It could also ruin us.
Tell you what, don't sell it to anyone just yet. I'll stop by before we leave town.
I don't normally do reserves, but in this case. And he kind of pats the box and then takes it with him and puts it behind the desk.
Thank you, Favechi. We probably should make sure that we're sufficiently equipped first, and then I can worry about a fancy bullet.
Take care of your business, and then I'll see you for some more, perhaps.
You said there was a scroll in that case? Is that something different, or is it with the bullet?
You think it's actually a note? It's either, given what you know about these high-priced goods, it's either like a receipt or a description of what it does. It definitely isn't like a spell scroll.
Okay. Well, should we head out and see about gearing up for a trip outside of town?
Right, sounds like a good plan. Should we get our neighbors? Should we let them know about it?
Perhaps. You never know, some lugs out in the wild might not be a bad thing to have with us.
My thoughts exactly. Mac? Earl? Thoughts?
I would have liked to have finished that armor before we prepare ourselves for combat.
No, we don't have to leave quite yet. We can get prepared and get our affairs in
Side
order
note,
before we
Lucian,
leave.
are we able to work on the armor on the road? Or is that something that I would need a proper...
You would definitely need the equipment for it.
Okay. So I do have like a actual like Smith's tools, like the portable set.
Yeah, I would say
But
that you could
you need a proper
finish
forge.
probably like getting certain parts ready, but the final putting the armor together, you'll need like your workshop or a blacksmithy or something, like a real facility. So you could go to like I'd say maybe 80 or 90%, and then that last 10 you would have to have a forge to do that kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
So where are you guys going?
Are there any objections to me heading back to the workshop and seeing if I can make some progress on the armor?
Right? No?
No, definitely not. I might actually try to head over to. Is there a library in town anywhere?
Oh, interesting. I would say, yeah, there probably is an archive. It would be a government-run place, and you'd likely have to pay to go in there and read, but you definitely could access it if you wanted.
That's fine. I'm going to take a trip to the archive and do some research on the area around where these bandits or highwaymen and the crash site might potentially. And to familiarize myself with the threats in the area, and perhaps then gain some insight as to what supplies we'll need before we leave.
How do... Lucian, how does laws work for, like, bail and such?
If you have a wealthy enough friend or enough money, you can often pay your way out of most crime. It's different depending on where you are. However,
What about in Vossenox?
here in Aurelium, that doesn't happen. If you are guilty of the crime, you're going to do the time. And the idea of paying to get out of jail does not exist here.
Alright, yeah, then never mind on that one.
Like maybe in rare circumstances, they might allow for that kind of thing, but most of the time it's just, nope. Done it and that's it. If they do allow it, it is probably going to be more money than elsewhere in the world. Unless you're particularly lucky.
Right, I'll probably head off with you, Coco. It's been a while since I've gone to spend some time with... Oh. God. There's a couple of bears that are gonna be mad with me. Oh. Alright. Probably good to try to read up a little bit, figure out, grab some supplies beforehand.
Macandar, I'll try to help when I can with your armor when we return.
Mackinac falls over.
He's like already halfway there to the shop to work on
Walking
that.
down the road. Okay. So you guys are going to go to the shop, collect the armor bits and everything, get your tools and whatnot, and do shopping around town, and also talk to Fraildas and inform him of your new plans for him.
Yes, that's probably we'll probably have to do that first.
Okay. So, Fraildas, sure enough, has made himself scarce, and he doesn't really show up at your doorstep till in the afternoon. When he does, he shows up more or less empty-handed and brings to you what looks to be like some discarded tools that are kind of rusty, like a wrench here and a crowbar there, sort of thing. But that's about it. And if you inform him of your intent to keep him here at the shop, he will definitely go for it. So are you guys going to do that?
Yeah. Pay him a silver a day? Does that sound like too much? Too little?
No, that's probably fine. If he agrees with it. But yeah, we'll just kind of fill him in. Look, you know the Great Soul story. We need someone here to be our ears on the ground if we disappear. We want that man to be you, Fraildas.
I can do that. I can do that, definitely.
We've told our friend Favecci if we're gone and he has messages that he can bring them to you, so do not be surprised if him or any of his men are approaching you.
I'll watch the door then. And I'll stay here. 1 silver's plenty.
Oh, silver a day. You get a place to stay. Like we said, if you're doing scavenging around town, we pay extra for that.
Yeah, he gives you a nod and he says, yeah, when I'm not busy, I'll put on a disguise and maybe I'll find something.
Otherwise, don't fuck with my kitchen material at all. I'm sure there's something that Mackinac would say about his forge, but he's currently busy with it. Yeah.
I won't mess up anything in the shop. I
I
promise.
trust you won't. Trust you won't.
Okay, so you guys get Fraildas to take care of the shop. And he agrees. Time will tell whether or not that goes well for you or not. The other bit that you want to do was grab your stuff and then do some shopping for supplies. Now, as far as supplies go, just tell me what it is you're looking for, and I'll tell you whether or not you find a decent price for it in town.
Let's get the supply list.
Yeah.
Also, I am currently at carrying capacity, so I can't carry much more.
We can encumber, drag it over, and then figure it out from there.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I figured as much. Like, I probably wouldn't be carrying around like a mess kit, tinderbox, torches, rations, while
We can buy like a. How much do pack meals cost?
I think they're like 20 or 50 gold or something. No, a horse is 50.
shit.
That
Donkey
goes like
girl.
half.
Gold.
It's gotta be cheaper.
It's 8 gold for a donkey. Yeah, they're cheap as shit.
8 gold for a donkey.
wow.
Yeah, I'd say you could find one of those in town. They would use them for operating machinery, just as beasts of burden and whatnot.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go wash them really bad because I'm squirming.
When you were telling us about travel, did you say like, do people travel on the roads?
Usually.
In small groups? Okay, but like it's not super. Like you don't need like some crazy giant ass caravan and like guards and
Most
wagons.
people travel like that, like 90% of them. And the reason is that there are certain beasts that prowl the realm of Skyfall that have made just walking from one place to the other on foot extremely dangerous. The only people that survive with regularity, who do a lot of travel, are the ones that move in like, you know, multiple stagecoach caravans with retinue of, 12 guards, that kind of thing.
What kind of knowledge of the area would we have? Like,
Sure, you're gonna check out the archive, right?
yeah,
So go ahead and make for me. What do you have for knowledge skills?
it's like intelligence stuff or wisdom. So I've got history, investigation, nature.
Oh, you have quite a few. Okay, so make an investigation check for me and subtract. Let's say, the archive probably wouldn't charge very much, so just subtract like a silver piece.
Okay.
Especially given that you guys own a business here.
What is that? Let's say 15.
15 investigation. So you find a fairly interesting book that details the local, not legends or anything, but just like creatures and their sightings over the last little while. It seems an adventurer from back in his day came up with an interesting little field journal for this part of the world. And anytime he bumped into something, he would record exactly what it was, and then took all the data afterwards and kind of laid it out. It seems like the main thing you have to worry about here, where the Spear Hills meet the jungle, is giant scorpions. Lots of them.
Ooh.
Yeah. They don't necessarily come at you in packs, but he seems to mention running into like one or two just like every day trying to travel through there. Once you're into the jungle itself, venomous creatures are very common, and you see a lot of mention of Yuan Ti, though this book is old enough that you're pretty sure that that's not going to happen anymore. Relic breathes a sigh of relief.
But it will be in the back of our heads.
Yeah, you guys know in modern times that these 3 forts of Trajan, Shen, and Lan are all used to keep back the Yuan Ti, and there's like a constant war zone there with them. And
so if the crash had been like deeper south, what they originally said, then you'd definitely be running into them, right?
Yeah, and basically anytime that you have to go past the line of forts, you're gonna have a bad time.
Okay.
So during the time that this book was made, this area probably was, Yuan Ti controlled, but has since been taken over. So the information's not current. But you do learn that, yeah, this part here, you're gonna see a lot of scorpions. Maybe good, maybe bad.
And so Relic, what are your like proficiencies in the skills that you have again? Like with tools and stuff.
Tools, it's smith's tools, tinker's tools, carpenter's tools.
Here's tools. So would we be able to buy any, potions or anything to help with poisons, like curing them or...
Yes, definitely. You would be able to find that here. Let me see. Some luck for you. There is a potion shop in town that has a pretty good supply of these kind of things, and you find that they have some stuff, but their prices are a little bit hefty. And by that I mean... Let's see here. Sorry, I'm having a moment here pulling this up. Ah, there we go. There is a potion that will give you about an hour's worth of time where you're very resistant to poison and venom. And that runs you about 70 gold.
I see.
Yeah, and it's for one person.
Oh man, what can I do with a herbalism kit?
Oh shit, that's what we needed.
Well, without herbs, very little, but with herbs, you could potentially make a whole bunch of different useful concoctions.
Is there anything in the archive about herbalism and like what plants are toxic and not, and properties of them?
Yeah, I'd say you could make a second investigation check there. The DC here will be a bit higher, though, given that you're not the, you don't really know what you're looking for.
No, it's not so good. That's just 11.
Okay. Yeah, you find some books that talk about some herbalism recipes and whatnot, but nothing that really tells you what you might find in the jungles there, or what to look for.
So I guess, like, table talk, what kind of stuff do we want to buy here? How are we
You
going to
wanna get
travel?
that potion?
I mean, like, okay, do any of us have experience traveling on the road / in the nearby jungles? Like,
I would say I probably would.
I would too, because I'm an outlander.
Does jungle count as forest?
No.
What does it count as? Because the jungle's not actually listed.
Oh, is it
anywhere.
not? I thought it was its own.
Let's see. Natural explorer, Arctic, coast, desert, forest, grassland, mountain, swamp, or the Underdark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could lump it under forest, and in that case, I would say you're probably your stuff's not going to function like quite as perfectly with it, but you'll get most of the bonuses. So yeah, you would be roughly familiar with how to travel through the jungles and whatnot. Like you won't.
I would imagine food and water for your weak flesh bags would be necessary.
Yeah, but I'm also pretty good for that too, because Outlander and Druid.
Okay.
I can water Druid at that.
One of the natural explorer things is if I find food, it's twice as much.
Yeah, table talk, there's no shortage of food or water, I think, for you guys in the jungle, and your party has the necessary skills to sustain yourselves off of the land. It will take time to do so, right? You know, you can just march all day if you have rations, kind of thing. The main downside is going to be the trials and tribulations of the jungle itself. Your group seems to be pretty well equipped for finding, like food and water and all.
Gonna worry about giant scorpions and poison snakes.
The worst thing on that front that might happen would be like, rolling poorly and going, oh yeah, like this is fine, right? And then you eat like a poison fruit and somebody's like out of commission for the next 8 hours with food poisoning.
Oh, for table talk purposes, I can swap one of my known spells for the purify food and drink.
Right, so that could be a way around that.
I think I already have that covered.
Do you already have that?
I might. Let me double check, because this is a long fucking... Fairy Fire, Healing Word, Ice Knife, Purify Food and Drink, and Speak with Animals.
Druids have everything.
The one that I don't touch is Goodberry.
Yep.
Because that's bland fucking food. That's gross. Fuck y'all.
Research has shown that eating enough good berries is not good for you.
Previous campaigns have shown Goliaths do not like good berries.
Not this game.
So are we gonna ask the lugs to join in on the business venture?
I think that would be a good idea. Having extra protection. Also, the lugs are our boys. Sure, we fucking hate them, but they're our boys to hate.
Remember that anybody you bring with you who is not a great soul could potentially be left in the jungle alone for extended periods of time.
Oh yeah.
Same thing if you bring like a pack mule. You might tie that thing to a tree, go to bed, wake up, there's a skeleton with a rope around it, tied to a tree.
Okay, we just gotta go get ourselves an SUV then.
An SUV, we're buying a Humvee, boys. Get like a Land Raider.
Okay, so maybe we don't want to get a mule. Relic, how much can you carry?
I've got 18 strength, right? What are we...
So it's 5 times 18 is what you can carry and move at a normal speed.
Right. That's 90...
Like 90?
That pretty much covers what I already have, though.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's, what is it? The first level of encumbrance is just your movement speed is reduced by 10, right?
Yeah.
Reduced by half. Is it 10?
I thought it was 10.
By 10. It's by 10.
Is it by 10?
It is first level of exhaustion. Oh, being burdened, sorry. Yeah, I don't have that handy.
Yeah, no, we're not being exhausted here. Come on.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Yeah, so you'll move a little bit slower, trudging along on the road there, if you do that.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got a hooded lantern and a tinderbox, and
Can we get a cart? I can just pull the cart. Like.
Yeah, but we'd also be leaving the cart out in the middle.
Yeah,
of
but I mean, are we
woods.
worried about some like birds coming by and stealing a cart? Like,
Well, we're not gonna put good shit in the cart. Just put like mundane items that could be useful on our journey.
well, no, like I'm saying, like if the cart gets left behind, like unless like a bandit comes by, are we that worried about it?
Well, who's gonna drag it, right? They're not. How many simulacrum are gonna come by? Oh, I can drag this cart away. Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so carts. What do carts cost? 15 gold, 200 pounds.
Because like, I'm just trying to imagine. Yeah, it's like we have the issue of we hire or buy like a mule or a horse or anything, and it gets left behind. It's like, well, that's probably dead.
So yeah, what's your
Sent
like?
many adventurers on many missions.
Well, shit.
You can pull it, and then I can also turn into an elk for an hour.
Okay, so I guess we want to buy a cart. We'll have to take that cost.
When do you
out
get?
of,
Don't you get back wild shape? Charges like a short rest.
Yep.
So like you can spend what is it like 2 hours wild shape, rest for half an hour. 2 hours wild shape, rest for half an hour.
Yep.
Oh yeah, shit, we can handle it.
You and I will just switch out.
Yeah, who needs horses, man? We're our own horses.
Yeah, you guys got this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so cart, 15 gold.
That's like a full size cart, isn't it? That's like a it's like a proper cart.
Oh, well, yeah. What are we gonna get? Like, what's
I mean, we
our
should probably
market
take
for?
our-
So for illusion, for table talk purposes, if we were to have Gaius wild
Fif-
shape or have Mac in our puller / push a cart.
Yeah, I'd say a 15 gold cart is probably like, a large flatbed truck with 4 wheels, right? And, a portion at the front that you can attach it to something or pull it, right?
We also gotta think about what we're bringing back from this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are we bringing out that we need all this extra carrying capacity for, other than like food, I guess? Or
You guys would
bagging
also
food?
know that certain parts of the jungle you can definitely not go through with the cart, and
Yeah.
you might
Also
have to
true.
pause with it at certain areas.
Well, I mean, looking at the map here, most of the travel time would be on the road, right?
Yeah,
With
it
like
looks
a-
like most of it.
Most of it's on the road with like an offshoot to actually get to the crash sites. Like we could essentially move the cart, half a day's journey off the road, stash it somewhere, and then like carry things back to the cart and then travel from there.
Yeah, and my background feature means that we'll never
Are we
get lost.
planning on going through? I still can't pronounce this. My brain just doesn't accept it. Cruxiate?
Yeah, Cruxiate.
Cruxiate.
What
There you
is Cruxiate like? Cruxiate.
What is it like?
Yeah, like is it
Uh,
another Relium city?
Yeah, all of Aurelium cities are very well developed, but there's usually a few things that kind of make them unique. So one's the capital, one's like a mechanical haven, which is where you guys are. Cruxiate is a military academy, and people are funneled toward Cruxiate and eventually are trained there at one of like the most famous military installations in the land, and then are either sent back to somewhere else or more likely sent down to the forts to battle with snake people and keep a vigilant eye out so that the empire isn't, consumed by Wanti that are always
Highly
looking for a
respectable
weakness.
city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we need to do. Eventually, we need to convince the Aurelian government. Right here, they gotta build a wall.
Gotta build a wall.
Gotta
Build a wall. Build a wall.
Oh man, we've got to do it.
Make Aurelium great again. You know what? It's 8 o'clock. You guys are gonna have to do some planning. I think that's a great place to end the session. You guys cool with that? Buying your supplies
Yeah.
in between now
Yeah.
and next session,
Yeah.
and then they'll head off?
Yeah, we're not gonna have like a ton of stuff we can do anyways.
Alright, that sounds good to me. That's beautiful. Love the wall idea. That'll be the overarching quest over much later on if you guys are still alive. But, oh my god, that's the fucking wrong one. Jesus Christ. I'm getting sleepy too, it seems. Thank you all for playing. Players, I think you did great. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. We're gonna cut it here, and You guys can buy some supplies and kind of get things ready. We'll do that tabletop, like, off to the side, and then you can come to me next week. If you need to, just send me little DMs or something like that. If you have any questions about prices and whatnot, I'll tell you what those are, and then you can get started on your quest.
Woo!
So for all you players, I think you did great. To the audience watching, always good to have you. And to the patrons, couldn't do it without you. Gonna end it here, and see you tomorrow for another game with Wednesday Group. So, adios.
Peace.
We should probably label these too, actually.
Yeah.
Crashed site. Speculated.
Wait, so Freldas is not the shop boy? I thought he was the shop boy. Is there something that happened that fine to watch?
Oh, he is.
Yeah. Okay, there's a note on Lucian's thing that says Freldas is not the shop boy.
What? Where? Oh, is now the shop boy. That's.
I was like, what?
Hey!
I was like, that's very different from what happened.
That is my bad.
I was like, did he get a dart in the eye?
Oh, no. This is why he needed to